Evian on the mix. Interviews, promo, 708-465-6751, Evian Radio.
What's up, y'all? It's Nitty here for Envion Radio, and I am here with a long lost sister, pretty much. Keya Trammell, Gifted Keys. A young lady I met years ago, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, with my brother. He introduced me to her, Limitless Sounds. And we kind of fell off. I mean, not like we were best friends or anything,
Nah,
but
it's
we
good
still,
energy,
you
but
know,
it's the circuit.
it's
Chicago
just like,
circuit,
where are you now? What are you up to now?
Man, life. I'm in a theater production now for Lady Singing Blues, and that's at Theater 47. I'm really excited about that. The open night is Friday, and we go into December 1st, and it's everything that I've always wanted since I was 16 years old. Wanted to get into musical theater, and the director is John Ruffin. Put on plays with everybody responsible for spread and theater and responsible for just a plethora of artists and actors, comedians.
Yes, so you've been working. When we first came in here, I said, what you been up to? And she said, just been.
Ben.
And that's definitely a statement of understanding, because I know exactly what you mean when you say, I've just been.
Yeah.
Because I've just been doing, so it worked in like perfect order. Still looking good.
Thank you.
When I first heard your voice, I remember I believe I was hosting this evening. Did I have red hair that day? I believe.
I don't even remember. I know it was at the Velvet Lounge.
Yes, it was I had red hair at the time. And I knew you sung, I knew all about it. But when I heard you, it was one of those things where your mouth is just like wide open, like, this she can sing,
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
So I'm very excited that you are able to be in productions. Like, what is that experience like? How's it been so far?
Well, it's been really interesting. Now I use the garage more for my own personal rehearsal, which is cool because it's kind of like you in the underground, you in there with yourself. I'm gonna do this dance move on point. I'm gonna get it on my line on point. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get into character, and so I've been really digging into character. The character's name is Miss Flo. I'm a madam, which is a whorehouse manager.
Okay, period.
Who gave young Billie Holiday her first work as a prostitute in Harlem.
Oh my gosh, when is this?
This runs from November 8th through December 1st.
So it's soon.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes, I have to come.
So getting into this role is just like, Cupid, I need my money. Kind of situation. It feels like I'm a little gangster or something. I don't know.
So let's kind of go back though, because I know you.
That's that.
But Envion listeners, Nitty's Knocker listeners, don't necessarily know you. So where did this musical journey start for you?
Well, my family has been in music since forever. The Moody's, we have an actual school of music, and I grew up in that since I was a kid. My grandmother started a school in a church, God's House of Love, Prayer and Deliverance in Robbins, Illinois. And they started a school, and I've been in just this music world since I was a shorty. Probably around 6, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be singing. Like, I knew I was gonna be singing. My cousins that could really blow, I'm like, you ain't gonna be singing, you ain't. And I'm like, whatever. I could feel me, I hear me, I know me. And then I was in a girl group with my cousins, probably like 8, 9, 10. We used to be called Two Apart, and we would be in talent shows all over the city and winning first place and all of that. Then they kicked me out.
Dang, petty.
Nah, it ain't petty.
Cousin.
It's just I mean, it was. There were a few dynamics in it. I was the youngest. It was 4 of us, and they, they probably felt like she young or whatever. But it's all love. We family. But then I started oddly singing for funerals at like 9, 10, and from there on in high school, I was in choir or always writing poetry, always, you know, in my creative element.
And the name Gifted Keys.
Hmm. What do you think it is?
I mean, I like Alicia Keys.
Me too.
So that's, I was like, maybe it has a little ring to the Alicia Keys.
Mm,
I mean, gifted. You're a
right.
singer and
Yeah.
you're a survivor.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, as most people are, when you get through the day, you feel like I made it through this day. But Gifted Keys came from first. People call me Keys. My name is Keya. My friends call me
Oh,
Keys.
duh. Look, Serenity Nitty.
So
I never put two and two together.
it's just like it's just a thing. And then Gifted, my mother, cause I'm a makeup artist. I've been a makeup artist going on 8 years now, and my mother used to say, "You got gifted hands." And I'm like, "All right, cool." And then I just started thinking more into it. Like we all got gifts. Me is singing, it's talking, it's creating culture, it's being an alopecia advocate, it's being all of these different things. And it's just like if I give my best to the world, to God's people, I can help, and it'll be a gift, and we share each other's gifts, and that's how we make
Yes, that's amazing.
it.
So I was halfway on point.
Yeah, you was cooking.
Cooking, but not cooked. Look. So, being an alopecia advocate, I know when I met you, you wore wigs more often than you do now. How has that change been for you and the embracing of being an alopecia
Well, I
advocate?
think this was probably about maybe 2 summers ago, and I felt that energy. I felt the spirit. And for everybody, it's a different name, Allah or God or whatever. And it just said you need to be bald, like you playing with it. I'm like, what you mean? It's just like, yeah, you feel good. You made your statement. Like I could be bald and be confident, but you not doing this as an everyday thing, which is kind of like I can't use you on an everyday basis. I can't see my truth.
Right.
And I listened to that voice, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna start just being bald on an everyday basis. And I ended up singing, what was that, Kankakee. And I met this little girl named Zion who has alopecia, and we went viral on America, Windy City Live, Yahoo, AOL.com, websites. And it's interesting when the thing that you hid for most of your life comes to a place where everybody like, oh, I love you for this, or I love you for being confident, I love you for showing yourself, and you like, yo, I'm confident, I'm out here, but I don't even know if I'm like even strong yet. But it's been a journey. I've been able to event that this past September. September is Alopecia Awareness Month. And I contacted the National Alopecia Areata Foundation, did some with the White Sox. For a whole year, I waited for this event. The day of the event, it rains. And God, like, man, I've been wanting this event to happen. Like, you've been making a way, you've been giving me different platforms. But when something don't happen the way you want it to happen or the way you thought it was gonna happen, especially for me, I can be a slight control freak. It's like, but God is just like, yo, trust me now. We got to work with White Sox, the Yankees. We got to be worldwide. It got to be on a bigger level. We got to develop you in the dark. You got to start your own organization.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's really, really amazing. I can definitely contest to things working out of the ordinary and having to be okay with that. It takes growth to get there too. You can't just, I mean, I wish I could have just been that person like, oh, it's totally fine. Yep, it'll come. But for a very long time, it was the rage of, why does this keep happening to me? Why can't I be Miss Media Mogul like everybody else? Or, just like looking at what other people had happening instead of counting my blessings, counting all the things that were actually happening on this
my God.
side.
I saw some on Twitter today, and it was just like, start using the practice of celebrating your wins, even if it's a small win, versus looking at all the different failures. Because when you allow it, I mean, anything that's more negative, you're going to feel the negativity of it. But you'd be like, all right, this did happen. Like,
exactly.
And that did happen.
That was pretty cool. Let me chill out, you know. I think that's very powerful. And even your spirit and energy from then and now, it's the same, So how do you keep such a vibrant spirit, because I feel like that's something that tons of people struggle with. And people ask me the same thing, like, Nitty, you're so welcoming, you're so happy, you're so this, but it's just like, oh, if you only knew behind closed doors. But even still, how do you keep your energy as pure as it is?
You know what? I think about it, because especially this year, I don't know if it's been like this for you. 19, one of them years, like, yeah, like this, like, whoa, things that was completely unexpected, like pop. Really owning your truth and sharing your truth. Like, first, I mean, now I can easily say, like, I got alopecia. Well, I've always been like, I got alopecia, whatever. But I would want to rush people to have the information before they could assume that I had cancer or something like that. Now it's just like, in this year, and two, I feel like,
I like the
there's difference. There is definitely a difference between personal and career, right? But as far as me being an artist, they both very well mesh. So now it's like creating music, because I've been through a breakup that I didn't want, that I was in love with, and I thought it was my person, and it's just like, and then with a breakup with someone who's in the media, and then someone who's, where I want to be, like, yo, like, so close. Then also in the midst of it, it's like, man, I really did love that person. I'm very grateful for that. Taught me that pain is just like, with my friends, like the beginning of the year, it's just like, man, G, like, man, like, why would this happen to me? Or if when I went to Africa, I got really Afro, and it's like, man, why would this happen to me? Chicago Music Awards happened. I get nominated for Best Female Vocalist. Didn't win, and it was just like, it was cool, but it was just like, man, another. Then it's just like, I got into a domestic situation. Somebody put their hands on me. I ended up in the hospital. It's like, damn, like, where is my peace?
Yeah.
And like, my peace is me even sharing this with you now, or the people who are going to see this now. It's just like, man, I'm not the only one experiencing. She may have experienced, and find peace because I have nothing to hide.
That's inspirational. Because I said, I come and I preach my little unicorn gospel every Tuesday.
What's the unicorn gospel?
Unicorn gospel is just a moment, a teachable moment, a teachable and learnable moment that me and whoever is sitting in the room with me, whatever happened in my day, that's what the gospel is. I never pre-plan a gospel, because every day in life something is going to happen,
what the gospel is,
and stress you out, and you got to figure out how to jump back from it, or you have to sit with others to discuss it. And for a long time, to this day, people still don't know my story for real. They don't really know Serenity. They know Nitty. They don't know Serenity. They don't know why Serenity really does what she does, how she built it alone, and, things like that. And sometimes I think, for me, it gets to that point of, will things change if they knew? So it's like, owning the truth is something that needs to happen, but it's just like,
imperative.
How do you really own your truth and be okay with, I guess I know the answer to it, because I'm okay with calling myself a unicorn every day. So it's just saying it's okay,
It's okay, and forget anybody who don't feel like they can rock with it. Period. Like, you got to get like, period.
Right.
It's my truth. You can't take that away from me. You know what I'm saying?
That's so true. And it's definitely been I've been more of this person who's just like, it doesn't matter what you think.
Yeah.
And it comes with gains and losses,
For sure.
But to me, I feel like it's the gains are more beneficial versus let's use Instagram, right? If Instagram shut down today, I would be totally fine. I think I would be fine, because my energy isn't based off of who likes my photos, who comments on them. It's based on what I want to say to those or many people.
Validation from Instagram.
I used to. I really did. I deleted a lot of posts, though, because I definitely had just too much of me on there. So now it's just like, yeah, I'm gonna post more stuff now. But I even said it, like, I posted this photo, and I'm gonna repost it. It was a teen who I interviewed on my show before, who he had got shot in the back of his head and still reached out to me 2 weeks after getting out the hospital to say, "I'm sorry I missed the deadline to be on your show. Can I still come?" And I said, yeah, the day he sent me that email, I went to see him. I took him a cupcake, I took him a card, and I gave him words because I was like, you lucky. You're blessed. You know, like, and I put a picture of me and him on my page, and that day, and this happened maybe a month, 2 months ago, it made me very upset that it didn't get a response from people. So I took it down. But since that day, I was just like, you know what? I don't think it's important to take down things that are important to me. Yeah. My platform is about love, positivity, being a baddie, being a boss. It's about all of that. And you know what I'm saying? So with you sitting here saying, own your truth, that's very powerful.
It's scary too. But you can feel the power. It's because I felt the same way. My alopecia event didn't go through. I had a videographer come out. I still shot. I still, I even told him like, nah, you're finna get this raw energy. And when I posted it, I'm like, I didn't feel like I even got that love, or even some of my friends, people who I considered friends, I talked about this event with once. They didn't say, yo, I got a ticket, but then you see them at the people, like other people. Oh, you always, loving on other people, sharing with other people, supporting them. It come down to something that ain't even my career, something that means nothing to me.
Right.
And you ain't showing up. It's hurtful. Like you said, like for me, it was like, man, I should say down, but it's like I can't take nothing to start to praise, but was faithful. And like once I started, girl, people will praise. Like I said, like what you was like, man, I'm gonna go after this, and then you might have failed, but like you kept going, and while you in that position, people could laugh at you, whatever, but then top they be like, always knew, or da 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 da, and so
yeah,
please repeat so I can like.
I got you, but I think that's just, you have a very unique perspective on entertainment, and you haven't said much about it, but I can tell that it's a unique perspective because as women growing in an industry that isn't really built for women to be able to make decisions and have voices of their own and have to look a certain way, and you're choosing the way you present yourself to the world in every aspect. You're reaching out to get booked,
And here's the crazy thing, honestly. I haven't really had to reach out to me. What I did was, wish I could think. Told me this first started. Like, take a gig if it don't make sense. So I've always picked. I pick and choose where I'm going to be around. Now, don't get me wrong. It's been times where I clearly went back. But the most part is like I'm going to be where I should be, and because I do that, it's going to affect I want you. You know what I'm saying? So, but I do have interest. I think it's because if I didn't have alopecia, I probably wouldn't be. I've always had to create my own beauty, create being just create all of these different. I'm not a.
So let's talk about that a little bit more too, because that speaks out. Just, how old are you? If you don't mind.
27.
We're the same age. And I feel like we had the same struggles, but mine was more internal. And yours seemed to be an external thing of you having to, people saw what was going on with you. They had to understand it. You couldn't really hide or suppress things that were happening in your life. So with me, it was more of a, I really, really, really want to be friends with everybody. Why can't they see how nice of a person I am? Why can't they see that I am loving and giving and this and, and then on your end, it's just like, yes, but like they're seeing what they want to see on you. You know, they're putting you into a category before giving you a real chance to express, and then that forces you to, like you said, you know, you had to, you would tell them before they could make a judgment.
Yeah.
This is what it is. No. Don't think
when I
that.
was younger.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I was hiding it because now it's different. Now it's just like, oh, oh, she bad. She da 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 because she walked in, she's confident, da 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 da. But they don't know that I've struggled with depression. I might be even functionally depressed, but I don't claim. Because you got to be careful with you.
Exactly.
But
you can't deny it either.
You can't deny
right.
it. You know what I'm saying? You can't. And so it's just like, yeah, but they don't know what I'm dealing with. Everything that's external, so funny. Because I've been doing like smooth. Gosh, when I weighed myself today, I'm like, dang, lost that. But I've lost about 25 pounds, and it's because I started just taking different things in my body. So today, I got one about a week. I don't know if it's still good or not. I go to Google. How do you know when? Start talking about the exterior. I'm like, okay, brown spots, whatever. But for me, just my own kind of I'm like, that brown spots is right. But when I looked at it, you know, the banana ended up being like, you never know the exterior. One might have a ugly story, flesh inside, could vibe or
That's
talking.
Yeah. I see. Look, I'm like, can we have tea talk, pillow talk, hot chocolate talk, ice cream talk? Look, every day, call me talk. Look, because it's just really, it's so amazing to just be able to flow in conversation with somebody like this. You know, I interview people, and don't get me wrong, I love interviewing the people and the artists, and like you said about like taking things that make sense. Now I don't. You know, at first I was like, yep, everything. I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. And, you know, it would be music shows, and it would be even being here, you know, knowing that I'm in radio and still not getting artists, musicians to really submit music to me or you know, want to pay me to be on my show and stuff. And it's just like, well, maybe music is a love of mine, you know, it definitely is, but my main message of what I'm doing is encouraging. You know, I like to encourage. Yeah, I like to sit with entrepreneurs and artists and creatives, anybody. I sit with anybody and talk. But at the end of the day, we're gonna do the gospel. Because that's all I really want to get to is us conversate or converse. I always say wrong. You always want to go into those conversations of life. You know, and now I was looking at randomly. It's been things popping up in my timeline because when I was younger and first started, I want to be on TED Talks. I really want to be a motivation. Randomly. Because I haven't talked about it, thought about it for real. But people tell me, you know, this motivates you for this, blah, blah, blah. It's starting to pop up in my phone, on websites, in my Google searches. And I'm like, okay, maybe I should invest money into one of these people. Even though it seemed like some scam stuff, right? But everything in the world is a scam. Why not pay them for the scam that makes sense for me? If it's a scam, it might not be. You know, these are people telling you how you can end up being a public speaker and get paid to do it. So I was like, this is the third time I've seen this in 3 days. You know?
There's a book about TED. Manipulate and get. I started time ago, about a year ago. I don't even remember, but I watched this documentary.
Definitely watch The Secret.
You attract what you desire, and actually, the don't desire, you attract that as well. And then I started looking at Michael Todd. He got a church, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Ridiculous. Because it's all the same action and faith that this happen. And it's like God, universe, whatever you want to call it, is like, okay, happen. Let me throw this. I gave you this idea. All right, cool. Now we about to talking to people, how you sound, and you know, whatever. And so it's like, okay, oh, but I forgot about that. That constant reminder.
It's the subconscious thinking, you know, and we talk about that quite often on Nitty's Knocker, where we're just like, you can manifest depression, you can manifest excitement, happiness, money, a new job, you know, because my year did start off stressful. Okay? And I know how it feels to be in, I was in a 5-year relationship. Yeah. It ended in 2016. I was in a 5-year relationship. I used to talk to LS about it all the time. Like, why he don't love me no more? We took this break so we could be better, and he don't want me back. He still don't want me back. I've hinted at it a few times, not recently, in this past maybe year or so. Because at that point, I was just like, let it go. But, you know, I was manifesting. I was forcing. I wasn't manifesting. I was forcing an energy to want to be with me. But I was manifesting depression because it wouldn't happen. So I was like, I rebounded and dated a guy who didn't deserve the treatment I was giving him. Girl, you know, and it gets ugly, you know, and it was such a weird, I was suicidal. It was so many crazy things, and I was just like, surrender. Who are you right now? You had so much confidence when you first met ex number one. You had so much confidence. That's why he liked you. But because he don't want you, don't make you that any less of who you are. But I had to really, like, the unicorn thing for me really became my identity, because at one point I was a happy person. Then everybody was saying Nitty's about her business, but she's so mean. Why she's so negative? Da, 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 da. And I had to change that. You know, I had to be like, no, I really have a heart of gold. I will give my life for somebody who befriends me. You know, that's the type of love that I have for people. And it went to the it
rebirthed something.
It did. It birthed the light, the radiance, the unicorn in the room, the energy. You know, now when you go out, it's Nitty, yay! And then guess what happens with the negativity? It don't even come near you. They might speak or something, but it's like
they know not to even. It knows not to even try it.
What's that bubble called, girl? When you bump into it and you get shocked or something? You can't get in my bubble. Look, but that's just you know. It's just how I feel when people. Let's see how I can say this. It's pretty much what my shirt say too, and I'm glad that this guy gave me this hoodie. I was like, that's my mission statement. My mission statement is a vision with purpose, you know. But it's just when you have a gift to give, when you have some things that have happened to you in life, I feel like the struggles are the most beautiful parts of success stories, are the most beautiful. They're the best storytellers to me, you know. So when you have this aura, which you have, you know, you've always had it. Even you walking, I saw your head. I was like, oh my God, you know, and I felt it. I was like, oh my God, she's here. Oh my God. You know, and it's like, funny. I knew it was you because I see that hat. That's like a staple to you, you know, like, oh yeah, she's here, you know. Funny. So having that aura and that energy, that's your space. You've created a real space for Gifted Keys, you know.
Crazy.
And
it's
now
still crazy to me. It's crazy to me.
It feels good though.
People still call me Gift. And even I'm like, okay, it's KeyaTrammell.com now because you used to Gifted Keys.
Girl, you Gifted Keys forever.
But they don't want to let it go, so it's like, all right, we Gifted Keys.
Hashtag it, girl. Look, just hashtag it, girl. Just hashtag it.
Hashtag Gifted Keys. I'm coming out with some new music.
We want all of it. I want all of it.
You know what? I'm excited because when I first started, it was just like trying. I got silent for about 3 years. Now when it's just like, yo, I gotta go process. You know what I mean? I gotta live life, and I'm excited. So I'm sure I'll be.
Yes, just let me know. I'll book you in. But your music to you is truly for you.
asked me when I first started, and then go to all these panels, and then you go things and like, okay, well, how can I be better in this? Then it's just okay, loyalty. Then you start thinking like as a business person. So I don't want to say that I've been, but now it's just like I want my music to turn it on. It's vibe. I don't want it to be like I'm supporting your music. I want to be like on Lakeshore Drive and I hear it. Or I'm in New York, in Uptown. I don't know when I say New York, I gotta say it like I'm in New York, Uptown, Manhattan, whatever, and I hear it. That's what I wanted.
That's what it should be. I mean, one thing I would say, one thing I've realized too, even with trying to understand why people wouldn't want to be friends and things like that. It's just like it's not that you're ugly or this. It's actually the opposite of all of that. When God, when the universe, when you are given, when your inner God gives you so much, and honestly, it is a gift to have so much, to be full in looks, in body, like physique, looks, energy, intelligence. When you're given something like that, you have to do good. It's like a duty. It's an obligation to yourself and the world.
When I do bad, I see the karma right in front of me.
Right in front of you. Oh my gosh, girl, yes, I understand.
That just
let me not do that again. And it's just like when you have a calling, and I think God gives callings too, which is why the entertainment industry, to me, I think that's why it's so powerful. It's all these beautiful people, but they, in a sense, they're lacking certain things that keeps them unique, that keeps them personable. That like, who's get industry? I believe they, like you said, they start thinking, and that it's understandable when you want something that you've never had before. A lot of the African Americans or minority communities, that we don't come from wealth. So when you get wealth, of course you're gonna hold on to all of it. But then where's that person telling you, baby, it's okay because this can be taken from you? What, like Waka Flocka? I love Waka Flocka. His mama was like, no, baby, we not finna mess this money up. Rihanna,
right?
She's the most powerful woman in the world to me. Just because
on the makeup side too. I mean, Sephora, Ulta, whatever, that product it goes
constantly. I always get upset when I can't find my. I'm all right. I'm just not gonna wear makeup. I'm just not gonna wear it.
Somebody asked me that. When you start doing shows with no, like, cute. That's a cute thought. But then I was like, you know what? I should do.
Go Alicia Keys. Look, go Alicia Keys.
But then I'm like, Alicia's paying for some really good. Not play around. You know what I'm saying? Her skincare is up to par.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there are women in the world. I really appreciate the power of women now, and you just seem like one of those women who will be a mogul just because your story is so powerful, and it's not discrediting anybody who does come from a little bit of great. Like, I love Beyonce, but Beyonce grew up with some type of form for her future that was created for her at a young age. Rihanna had to, whatever she had to do, she did it.
She did it.
And look at her now.
Oprah had to do.
Whatever. Oh my God, Oprah's story. I was listening to something, and I heard Oprah's story. I said, "Oh my goodness." And that might have been what it was. But I was really mouth dropped like, oh, really? Yeah. You went through all of this, moving back and forth and being displaced your entire life and being considered, even in the industry, they consider her unattractive. And she used it. She say, oh, well, look.
Because it's only your truth.
Back to it, look. Bring it back. Bring it back.
It's crazy because, like, I even got it tatted on me. Like, I kept feeling, when I was in Africa, I think it's and after I did, I just kept acting now, you know.
Right.
It's just like
Period.
nothing.
Period. I just, girl, own it. Own your truth. When can we hear some of this amazing? Like, when is it coming? You said soon. So what soon? Is this a Christmas gift? Is this a Thanksgiving gift? Oh, dang. Dang, not in.
You know, it's interesting. I've been talking to.
Now come in strong. Bring that clarity, girl. It's the year of clarity. And when your year start off with your nose, because mine did. I didn't know where I was going to live. I didn't know. It was so many things that nobody knew. And I have this thing of not telling people anything and just this exterior, like, nope, it's cool. I'm going to figure it out. Instead of just really opening and saying, no, like, hear me. I need some yeses. But the moment I started owning the truth and saying what my yeses needed to be, I need a salary. I need benefits. I need a house. I need a new car. I need my own credit. I don't want to depend on anybody anymore. I want a man who's mine. I want him to be my future.
Period.
You know, speaking and all those yeses, and my man has been pretty much the final yes, because I was like, oh, that might not happen. Dang, when is it gonna happen?
Because you be like, I still want him to be fine. I still.
And he,
You know,
and you know, it's like, oh man, I've been talking to you for a year now. When you finna say we go together? Me rushing.
That's a whole nother
Me rushing, girl. Look, rushing. But
Mm-hmm.
when you speak what you want, you speak what you know.
Mm-hmm.
If that's what you feel, and then you know, even with friendships and all that, you know, just realizing what you can and cannot take from a person, that determines the quality of everything.
It's boundaries. And Jay-Z said, set your price, like, and setting the price more than just. It's just like set the price of what you, and live it out. And right, for everything. I want a spot in New York, a spot in Chicago. Faith in yourself, because you know what I'm saying. It's have faith
it's
in
your
yourself.
inner guy, it really
exactly.
is.
Right, the vision. That vision. Every time I keep looking at it.
Hey, I love this hoodie.
Write
That's
the
my
vision,
favorite
make
hoodie.
it plain, because write it. You can crazy. Write it out. A lot of times, I was gonna go, but a lot of times, God. How do you? I feel you. I correct everywhere. I'm going. I'm glad I don't gotta do that phrase, but the fact that you gonna have a. I'm saying that it's gonna be a long
you heard
life.
it here from Keya
and
herself.
More than just career.
Oh, thanks,
Beautiful.
sis. Same.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
and that's when you know your conversation is good, when you talk about 17 different things, but it still all makes sense. Because we definitely have talked about everything under the sun.
Yeah, man.
And it's still just hidden.
Yeah.
It's just like, so girl, look, this happened. Let me tell you, you know, and it's just like, okay, let's talk about it. And how do you, what advice can you give to women? Because, you know, our ladies, at least from experiences here in Chicago, very, very unwelcoming to each other. And you know, it makes me kind of sad that I don't have at least 15 girls that I could just randomly hit and be like, "Hey girl, like let's all get together and have a girls' night." I can hit them separately or something, but they not my girl. You know, what advice can you give to women for us to be able to embrace each other more? At least Chicago girls, because you know they say we do it better, but we're not doing this too good.
I'm glad you put that along. I concur. I've been a mentor for teenage girls. I haven't 18 mentor teenage girls in Salvation Army and very difficult. Like I felt like I was in because it was for teen girls, and so dealing with all kinds of things. Because a lot of times how we treat each other is first taught from our mothers, grandmothers, then our friends. Then when we get out into the world, we start networking. A lot of what I seen when it came down to them, it came down to them not being together. Jealousy, jealousy over who hairstyle was better, jealousy over who outfit is better, jealousy if I went out of town. You know what I'm saying? And so for us, because my mom don't understand my age and still not being, and I'm good with that because like I'm good with me. You know, my mom when she was 7, she had her third child. It's completely different. So now we got us born 92. So we got us who was born in 92 and around our age range who are entrepreneurs, who are on the ball or Insta famous, or we actually making money and being quiet and not investing, or we are making money and investing, but then people cut us, and there's so many different things. Really, honestly, it's for me. I see it's jealousy. People don't want other people like territory, you know. But to hump over that is really a conversation. Because I experienced somebody who I grew up with, and I was like happy for her and the things she was doing, but I also felt like this envy thing, and I couldn't.
I got beat up by one of the girls I love the most in another state, and she beat me up, and she's smaller than me, and I let her because I refused.
But I had to tell her. I told her.
Don't listen to y'all. I don't just be letting people do all of that. I'm saying this was somebody
on camera for me.
Look, this somebody I loved, y'all. Okay, so I did give her a few woo wops, but look, I'm saying I had to stop. I had to stop because that's not my heart. I'm not. I ain't no punk. Okay, don't take that as I'm finna go be nitty. Yeah, because that's not it.
Because it is a girl here who you can't.
I
always said that to myself. Somebody try to fight me, like I've been a karate.
I'm the one that be like, pull it off. We know it's not mine anyway.
Right. But I had to tell her, like, you know, I felt jealousy. I felt not from you. I was feeling towards you. Honestly, I wanted a friendship with her. But every time I felt like, you know, I'm like, hey, I would love to hang out with you. Wouldn't get a response back. But when I'm there. And then it's just like, you shine, and I love you shining. I love you. But when you ain't genuine with me, going back to that, like, you're not genuine. So for me to break that barrier, it was just like, then when I said it to her, it's just like, okay, I don't even feel that no more now. That was released. But now you also know that.
Always true.
That, then better. So for me, solution is. But look, I feel like the fear is jealousy.
This pillow talk, y'all, is not gonna end. We gonna have to figure this out and do some more.
Rehearsal.
Yeah, my Nitty's Knocker radio starts in about 10 minutes.
I'm sorry.
No, this is. I almost don't want to stop, but you know we got things to do. My team probably outside like this. She needs to hurry up.
Right,
Look,
right.
but the pillow talk doesn't stop. You know, I feel like things happen for a reason. When Will told me it was you, I said, "Oh, yes, I know her. Of course, of course, this is happening." You know, so like
I'm starting to feel like Pillow Talk Tuesdays.
You know what? Don't start, because I'm going to be like, come over. Let's vlog.
I was starting to feel that way.
Come on, let's go vlog right now.
Right, but we got to get ready for and,
yes, but thank you so much.
Yes.
Be on the lookout for music,
and the music
from this beauty. Visit her on KeyaTrammell.com. That's KeyaTrammell.com. Kick it with her. See what she got going on. She's really a beautiful spirit. And now we're best friends. If you didn't know, now you know. And until we talk to you guys next time, peace, love, and happiness.